Hi everyone, my name is Sarah Cahoon and today I'm going to take you through some of my favorite movements on the Kmart Reformer. So we're going to do a little workout today and let's get moving straight away. I've got one of the red tubes on the Reformer and we're going to come to kneeling and start with a little cat stretch here, warming up the upper body and the abdominals. Take your hands out onto the frame and bring the shoulders out towards the hands. As you breathe out, round your back and pull the knees in towards you. And then inhale, lengthen your back and take the carriage back out. And let's go again. Exhale and round. And then inhale, lengthen the spine, let the carriage return. And exhale and scoop. Inhale, lengthen. Let's do 3 more there. Big breath out. Last one. Let the carriage return all the way back and then just stretch back to the heels, lowering the chest down and take a deep breath cycle here. From there, rolling up through the body, and we're going to come around now to kneeling facing your foot bar. You can keep your red tube on. Let's place your left foot back up against the shoulder rest and bring your right foot either onto the platform or up onto the foot bar if you can. Press the hips forward into a lunge and start to push back with that left thigh as you inhale. Exhale, pull the carriage in and lift the chest up tall. And let's go again. Inhale to reach. Exhale, pull the carriage in. Really find that zip up through your abdominals. One more. Breathe out, pull in, lift the chest up, and then let's lower the leg and do the other side. So right foot back up against that shoulder rest, left foot either on the platform or up on the bar, press the hips forward. Inhale, press out into the hip stretch, exhale and pull the carriage in, lift up tall. Inhale. Exhale. Really draw up through the chest. Last one. And then lower the leg down. Now we're going to place a few more springs on so that we can go into some leg work once we're lying down. I'm going to put all of the tubes on so that we are challenging the legs to the maximum that we can here. And you can just modify that as you need to. So let's come down to lying onto your back. First, we're going to take a little rotation for the spine. So just take the hands around and hold onto your shoulder rest. Bring the legs up to tabletop and breathe in, take the legs across to the side. Exhale, squeeze all the air out. Now the other position you could take with the hands is to push into the frame. On this reformer, this actually feels a little bit more stable than the shoulder rests, but it is a bigger stretch through the chest. Big exhale. Inhale to go across. And exhale, center. All right, now let's lower the feet down onto the foot bar. Place your heels onto the foot bar and the arms down by your sides. When you're ready, roll up joint by joint through the spine, really parking the carriage, squeezing the back of the legs. Hold at the top, float the right leg up to tabletop, lower it down, and left leg. Really push down through the heel, tuck the tailbone under, scoop the abs. One more each leg. Press through both heels and now roll down joint by joint through the spine. Find the tailbone. Keep the hips down, and now let's push the legs all the way out to straighten and bend all the way in. Now with these resistance tubes on this reformer, this is not a super heavy resistance for our leg work. So we're only going to do 5 of these presses on doubles. And now we're going to go straight into singles. So lift the left leg, push out off the right leg for 5. And 4. And 3. 2, last one, come in and change to the left leg. Really trying to push through the middle of the heel as much as you can. And 2, last one. And now we go back to doubles. 5 presses. Legs should be a little bit warmer now after adding in those single legs in between. And 2, last one. Now into your singles again. 5 on the right. Really control the carriage on the way in so that it's not getting faster. And last one, change to the other side. 5 on the left. Let's have a little check-in with the pelvis that you're keeping that stability. And bring it in. All right, now we're going to come onto the toes. We're going to increase that, 8 doubles and then 8 singles each side. Here we go. Breathe out, push, inhale, pull the carriage in. So because these resistance tubes are quite light, switching the standard leg work to mixing up those single leg exercises in between is a really great way that you can get a better workout. Now single leg. We've got 8 in a row this time. Think of really pulling up through the muscles in the back of the hip as you push, and then resist as you pull the carriage in. Last one. Come in, change legs, find all 5 toes, and 8 presses. Let's use the breath out as we push. Inhale to pull the carriage in. 2 more to go, and then you guessed it, we're going to repeat that one more time through. Back to doubles and 8 presses. Use the breath out as we press. Last one, and now single leg. Do the other leg first. Really work to control your carriage in, not like I just did. All right, legs should be starting to feel that workout now, which is great. And swap to the other side. Work for that resistance as we pull the carriage in. Full stretch of the knee. Last one. Back to 2 legs. Push out and hold. Lift the right leg up to tabletop. Hands on the pelvis so that stays nice and square. Calf raise on the left leg. So again, I've chosen to give you the single leg one because the resistance is quite light. This way we're going to get a little bit more loading into that calf. Use the breath. Let's aim for about 10. And other side. Inhale to go under, exhale to pull up. If you're not sure what the pelvis is doing, just have a little look up. Make sure you're keeping that alignment from hip, knee to ankle. All right, we've got about 4 more to go. Draw up through the muscles around the knee joint. 2 and 1. Nice work. Come all the way in. All right, we need to change your resistance now for hands in straps for some abs. So I'm going to take off the 2 yellow and leave the red and the 2 blue tubes on. Come to lying onto your back. Grab your straps. Take the hands into the short loops. Find tension onto those straps. Once you've got that tension, let's breathe out and lift the chest up. Bring the arms down. Inhale to lower. Exhale. Now, if this doesn't feel comfortable lifting the head and neck, just keep the head down and just do the arms. One more, we're going to hold it up there. Again, you can keep the head down, arms go in and out to the side. Use the breath out as you pull the arms in. Control as you go out. And lower the chest down. Take a breath. All right, let's come back up into that chest lift and hold. And now do toe taps to the bar. Really work back through your shoulders. 11, 12, we're going for 16, 14, 15, 16. Bring the legs back up, take a breath, lower back down. All right, this one, keep the head down, push the arms down, do one tricep bend. Come back up. Next one, go down for 2 tricep bends. And up. Next one, let's go down for 3. And 2. And 3. And up. And we go down for 4. Now, obviously, if you want to make these more challenging, increase your resistance. And 4. Take it back up. Next one, go down for 5. Really open across the front of the shoulders and work into the backs of the arms. Slow on the way back up. Power as you push. And back up. Last one, take it down for 6. So I think the hands in straps and the ab work here on this Kmart Reformer is probably one of the best movements that feel most similar to a normal reformer. Last one. And bring the arms up. Nice work. You should have some heat in those triceps now. So from there, let's pop your straps down and we're going to come up. We'll continue a little bit of arm work there. So you could stay on the same spring setting or you could increase the springs for a little push up here. So let's have the hands on the bar, feet go back up against your shoulder rests, and then just push the carriage out until you feel like your torso is horizontal with the floor and that your knees are under your hips, not back here and not in here. So get that 90-degree angle. Now from here, let's go inhale, bend the elbows out wide, exhale and push out. Inhale and bend, exhale and push. Use that full breath out as you press so you deepen into the abdominals. This exercise, you get to really work through exactly the same range that you would on the reformer behind me, just less opportunity to increase spring load. All right, last one. And then we're going to bring the hands tiny bit narrower for triceps. So tuck the elbows in by your sides. Exhale, push out. All right, really draw the elbows close to the ribs. Use the breath out as you push. All right, after that tricep activation exercise we did on your back, you should really be feeling the heat in those triceps now. We're almost there. 4 more to go. And 3, 2, and 1. Oh, nice work. That got that heat in the arms. Let's come up to standing now and take a pike position with your heels halfway up against the shoulder rest. Hands really firmly pressing into the bar. From here, we're going to push the carriage out and just find your plank position here. Pike the hips back up. And we go out. Engage the shoulders down the back, deepen the abs, and lift up. And we go down. And lift, stretch the chest to the legs. 3 more. And 2. Last one. Push into your heels. Lift the hips. Lower the feet down flat. Just take a little stretch now. So opposite hand towards the foot and breathe. Take it to the other side. And rest. All right, from there, let's take the foot bar down. I'm going to come into a little lunge. All right, I'm going to try the red and the blue resistance, but just change that up as you need. So let's come to standing up onto your platform and then take the right foot on. Make sure your balance feels super secure. If you don't, then find something to hold on to. Move your reformer close to the wall. All right, from here, all we do is breathe out and push that right leg out. Inhale and back. Exhale and push. And in. All right, so the carriage is not quite as smooth with these exercises compared to what I would have in the studio, and that's okay. It really means you have to work quite slowly as you pull the carriage back in to get these muscles working and firing. All right, we've got 3 more to go. And 2. Last one. Bring it all the way in. Nice work. All right. I would step back behind you on this reformer. It's quite tall to change while you're up in the air. Come around and let's do the other side. All right. Hug the feet on the edges. Bend both knees. Exhale and push that left leg out and in. All right, I'm really feeling that heat in the glutes, which is fantastic. It's exactly what you want to feel and what you would feel at any other reformer. Slow on the way back in, remember, work that resistance. Last 3. Steady with that supporting leg. 2 and 1. Nice work. Bring it all the way in. Let's step down. We're going to finish off with a little plank series. So you could stay on that red and blue tubing. Remember, with the plank series, if you go lighter with the tubing, then it's going to be more challenge on the core and it's going to be more unstable. If you go heavier, it starts to challenge the full body system, so the shoulder, the arms, and the core as well. And it will give you a little bit more support from the spring. So we've got toes onto the foot plate, elbows onto the mat, push your hands into your shoulder pads, lift your knees up and push your carriage all the way out. All right, so from that position there, just find your plank. Now, I am 5'2" and I've got that carriage almost all the way out the end. So just see how you go. You might need a sticky mat and your feet might need to be further back or even onto your foot bar for your height. So let's inhale and bend the knees. Exhale, push out and find the plank. Inhale and bend. Exhale and plank. I'm going to use power through that breath. Five more to go. Last 2. And hold. All right. From here, pike the hips up and then out into the plank. And pike and plank. 2 more to go. Last one. And bend in. Nice work. All right, let's increase that spring now. So I'm going to add on the extra blue and another yellow. So I've got 4 of the tubes on, lying onto your back to place the feet into the straps to finish off. So grab your straps and we'll take the feet through the loops. Once you've got the feet in, pull the heels down, reach the legs out to straighten. All right, and now from here, we're going to take the legs out wide. Exhale and close. Inhale and open. Exhale. So I think this is another really great feature of this reformer, is that the legs in straps, you get to really work through the same range that you would on another reformer. Probably again, the only difference is that the tubing is a lot lighter. So 4 of these tubes is still not as heavy as 2 red springs on a normal reformer. So that's good just for a reference point for you. And it's just not quite as smooth. But again, that's absolutely okay. Now from here, let's take it into circles. Breathe out around. Inhale, slowly come up, really stretch the back of the legs. Exhale around. Inhale. Exhale. Scoop the abs. Now let's reverse. Inhale around. Stretch the legs to the sky. Exhale, push. Inhale around. Two more. Last one. And then take the legs right out wide. Breathe and stretch. Nice big breaths in through the nose. Deep exhale out through the mouth. As you breathe in, imagine that breath going all the way down through the lungs, the ribs, right down into the bowl of your pelvis, and then breathe out, let all the air go. If you need a deeper stretch, grab a hold of your straps and gently draw the legs and the straps towards the ground. Slowly bring the legs back in and together. Bring the feet out of the straps. Either hang up your straps or just let them drop back through the well. And then rolling to your side and bring yourself up. Great work. Thank you so much for joining me on my favorite exercises on the Kmart Reformer. If you are using this reformer at home, it is great for beginners to get your practice started. If you are looking to progress your practice though, you might need to look to a reformer that has a few more capabilities than this reformer, and I've got lots of workouts to support you as well.